Okay, we are live and we're going to try to do this for you folks. I've tried several times and can't seem to be able to do it right, so we're going to try one more time. So I hope this works. We are on aceflips.com. Take that off. And this is the exact same software as TNT.guru. Some of you may have heard of that or used that. That's actually what I use, but this was made for ACE members, and it works exactly the same way. So we'll go to search for sales. We're starting our virtual sourcing trip. And please forgive me because this is going to be amateurish, because this is my first time and I'm already on my fourth take. Search for sales. What are you shopping for? And of course, it's going to slow down on me. This is include and exclude from search. We're not going to do anything to that right now, but down the road you may want to be able to search for a certain brand or a certain type of clothing or shoe, and that certainly comes in handy. But for now, we're going to do it this way. What department? Clothing, shoes, and jewelry. What kind of savings do you want? We generally look for 70% off or more. Sort results by price, price low to high, or new unpopular. This will give you the best ranked options. So we generally go new and popular, although I do try to do some of the others as well. We won't set a minimum or maximum price on this. However, when you're searching for specific items and price points, that may come in handy down the road. Pantry items doesn't apply. Coupons, subscribe and save doesn't apply. Do you want to include Amazon listings? Always yes, because you're buying from Amazon. You want to see Amazon listings. So let's go to find deals and see what comes up. And hopefully my browser won't be too slow. So we're on this page. We see there's 6,000 results for clothing, shoes, and jewelry at 70% off or more. The first thing that I like to do is scroll down to average customer review. I like to choose 4 stars and up. The reason I do that is because, for one, I don't want to source products that have 3 stars and below. I want to sell quality products. But the biggest reason is anything that's 3.5 stars or below, the negative reviews tend to be about fit, and that they don't fit because most negative reviews are about fit anyway. So uh, if you go 4 stars and above, you got a better chance of the things that you click on will be uh, a good fit. So up here are the apps that I use when I'm sourcing for Amazon Flips. Of course, the How Many app. I'm sure that everybody knows what that is. Variation Checker is what takes you to the lowest offer page for all variations. It should be called Lowest Price Checker, but it comes in very handy, especially when Amazon is the only seller. Of course, Jungle Scout gives you estimated sales for 30 days. This is Variation Pro, which comes in quite handy, especially if you have a lot of reviews as far as seeing most popular colors and sizes. And this is the Amazon seller browser. There's other versions of this. I believe DS Amazon Quick View is one, and that shows you the ranking here that you see for all the clothes. Sometimes you can look up the price history from here. This shows you the price history, for instance, on this particular uh, parent ASF. Uh, so let's kind of take a look and scroll through these. A lot of these especially on the first few pages, I have seen 100 times at least, and I already know that they're not good deals. But if I see one, I want to show you why or why not it might be a great deal. So right off the bat, it seems we have a low price at 14 and a high price at 55. 300 in clothing, that's a killer rank. Uh, we should probably check it out. Before I click, I always want to make sure that I open a new tab in the window so I'm not uh, having to uh, hit the back button and come back to this page and wait for it to load. So if you don't have that set up in your computer already, you can right click, open a link in a new tab, and then you'll pull the link up right here. So great fit percentage, that's the first thing I look at. Is the fit percentage good? If it's in the 50s, I click right off of it. I'm not fooling with it. I like to see 65% or better. The closer we get to 80 makes it even better. You can see this listing's ranked 300 in clothing and in the top 100%. It has a lot of variations, but with this rank, it would seem that this depending on what the most popular colors are, you wouldn't have an issue. So we'll go to variation checker up here, and it'll bring us the lowest prices across all variations. And you see dark khaki at size 32 is 14.43. And then what I like to do is scroll down from here, okay, and see the lowest prices across all variations. You see the lowest prices are from 14 all the way to 15, and there's several other different colors on here. So that's a red flag to me that I'm not going to find a deal, and I usually click off at this point when I see such a small price difference between the lowest price and the lowest price, the highest lowest price. And you can see we got a Chinese seller here, so sometimes that makes a difference. You can see the next lowest price on some of these are $55. And while that looks promising, we're going to concentrate on the two up here. You got a next lowest price at $29.99, which probably 50% ROI on that. But the next thing that I do is check my quantities, okay? Because if this has more than 10 in stock, or any of these down here have more than 10 in stock, then I pass them. So check availability, and you can see that it looks like Amazon has more than 10 of all of these in stock. Therefore, I'm clicking off, mostly because the lowest price across all variations is pretty much the same. So that means there's not going to be any profit in this model. And rather than waste time and go all the way through it and show you why, we'll just go to the next one and see if we can find a deal. Okay? So we click off that, and we're back to the search page, and we'll see what else we can find. We're The reviews are going to be 4 stars and above, so you don't have to pay that much attention to them. You're looking at lowest price and highest price to see if there's a decent discrepancy, which might involve further investigation. So we got Dansko's a real nice shoe. Don't see enough there to warrant a look, and you'll learn this from experience. Capezio. In fact, when I'm doing this general search here in this category with these parameters, I generally skip to about page 6 because I've seen these so many times, and usually when something is number 4 or something is number 100 in the category, you're not going to find much of a deal. On the rare occasion, you can be in the right place at the right time and you can catch something. So you can see without taking you to look at this, I can tell you that there's a ton of variations on this, and the lowest price across all variations is right in that range. Easy Spirit Travel Time Clog, number 71 in shoes. That means it sells a ton every day, right? So we'll take a look at that real quick just to see what it is. You can see there's 2, 3, 4, 9, 18, 20, 25 variations and a bunch of sizes on each one, but it sells a ton, so we'll warrant a further look and see what's actually down here at this price. Click on variation checker, and we see Amazon warehouse deals. Those are used shoes, probably returns that Amazon sold and put back in their inventory and used, because we're not allowed to do that. Go over here to new and click on new, and it'll take away those warehouse deals so you can get down to the nitty gritty. You see they start at 17 and they end at 24 as far as lowest prices. But with so many variations, you can't necessarily dismiss this one, because there could be a deal or two in here. You'll notice here that these are all, except for her, that's because she's a regular seller, but with the exception of this one right here, 6.5, these are all uncommon sizes. Just want to take a quick check and do the how many app to see if we can find one or two of these that might have three or less in stock. So we click on the how many app, and we see these two only have one in stock. Well, that's interesting. That would certainly warrant a look. You got a couple others here that just have one in stock, so it might be something worth taking a look at. Before I go and take a look at these and see what the average prices are and whatnot, I want to click on white multi, and just to see what the other shoes in that color are going for. So, whoops, white multi. You can see there's a ton of variations. I click on white multi and they start at 17, and it looks like they go all the way to 57. So that's pretty encouraging, isn't it? So let's go to 7 narrow and see what Keepa says about this particular variation. We know we only have one in stock, and I like to take Keepa all the way back so I can get a good idea of what the history is. It looks like this started out in March of this year at $69, worked its way down a little bit and then back up. Average price for the last 90 days is $34.95. While that's not killer, you could certainly get 50% return on investment if you did that. So the next thing we want to do is go back to the main listing, and you can see there's 5,000 reviews, so you can get a good indication on whether white multi is one that is a popular color. So we click on Analyze Variations. That's Variation Pro right there. And while that's loading, I'm going to actually clear all of these because it loads faster when it's clear. And I'll click off of it again, and then click on it again, because I had already looked at this today once. Click on Analyze Variations. Sometimes it moves a little slow. Once it gets to about halfway, you're generally pretty good. You can click on Variation tab and see that it's already come up. So interesting that this seems to be in the clothing category. Let's look for white multi. Do you see it? I don't even see it. White pink, white dark, white multi right there. 1.61% of all sales. That color, okay? And there's probably 20 sizes. That color gets 1% of the sales. So go down to white multi and see. It looks like we have 5 different sizes have reviews on this. Our size does not. So white multi having one percent of the sales does not look very promising at all. You can see this one here, white blue light leather is the most popular brand with 30%. It would be really nice to get one in that color discounted, but that's not likely. So lastly, we take a look and we see what Jungle Scout says about a ranking in 71-inch shoes. Okay, so we go there and look at the first number that comes up. First number that comes up is 247. And then what Jungle Scout does is it thinks, and it divides that number by all of these variations here, and then it comes up with a number for each color. So 10 in each color. Of course, all the colors are not equal, and white multi gets 1% of the sales. So you had 247 up here. 1% means 2.5 sales per month in that color. Okay, that means in that color. So if you find white multi, here it is, and you check on variations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2.5 sales across 11 sizes, yours not being common, it's very likely that you'll sit on that for a long time. So you could take a chance on it and pay 17 to make 40, 45, but a smart person would pass on that based on all the information that we have at our fingertips. Okay, so click off that and we'll go back and see if there's something else that we can find. Of course, Adidas just recently became restricted in sports and outdoors. There's Dansko again. And also understand that this search, this criteria does not come up the same for everybody. There's a little bit of browsing history involved. Even though you clear your browsing history, you'll get some things that you look at come up on here on a regular basis. Dansko, for instance, I was looking for a particular member for some Dansko stuff, and having never searched Dansko before, and the next day I come back and I got a whole bunch of Dansko in my search, and it's like, what's up with that? So anyway, we'll continue to look. Hush Puppies Chase Ballet, 1608 to 79. That sounds promising. This makes it less likely that you're going to find a deal, simply because, well, let's just find out. Open link. What's the first thing we look at? Fit. Let's look at the fit. They got a new way to show fit where they don't show the percentage on some of them. They just say as expected. And that troubles me because I like the percentages. I like to see somewhat small and somewhat large. So not as many variations as the other shoe had. Certainly a good ranking. So we'll click on variation checker and see which ones come up. Looks like you got third-party sellers on that, so that's not a good sign. You can see Amazon 9E right here at $20. You got Amazon at $20 and 6E. Let's look at how many just to see what Amazon has. Let's see, Amazon has at least 3 in that color. At least 3 in that color. What I like to do is see if they have less than 6, is quickly add it to the cart. When you add it to the cart, this little thing will come up, and if it has 3, 4, or 5 left in the cart, left in stock, it'll tell you right here. But if it doesn't say anything here, it automatically means that they have 6 or more. So this being an uncommon size, having 6 or more is not a good sign. Does that make sense? The other one was 6E. We'll try that. And you can see they only have 5 of those left in stock. So maybe we go back to that and just take a look. So go to 6E and we'll go see all offers. And you see there's another seller on it here at the same price, which isn't good. But if you look at the Keepa history, it looks like it sold in the 50s, low $39.99 till August 2nd, and then it went down. Well, $39.99 would be all right. You can make a few bucks on that. Let's see how many this other seller has. Check availability. They have less than 10. Let's go 6. We know Amazon has 5. This seller has at least 6. So you're going to be competing against them. They charge a little bit of shipping, so might not be an issue. But buying 3 of an uncommon size, while not terrible, especially if it's a popular color, and that's what we'll go find out next. We'll analyze the variations real quick and see if black, what was it? Black white textile is among the popular colors. And we click on that and we'll look for black white textile. And guess what? It's not even there. Well, it says we got a couple there. 8E and a 6E. Was that a 6E? I think it was a 6E. Yeah, it was a 6E. We actually have a review for that. So they're saying 6E gets 1% of the sales. And that's plenty of reviews to go by. Let's see what 1% of the sales is. 1% of 111 is 1.1, so you can expect at the most 1.1 sale a month. That being an uncommon size, surely won't get more than that. However, uh, you're competing with Unique Souls, and they have more than 6 in stock. Doesn't mean that they won't go up after Amazon sells out, but you're buying 3 and Amazon has 3 left, and there's no guarantee that Amazon's going to go back out. Therefore, with all the data, that's a pass. All right, let's see here. Gonna pass this up just because I already know that's not a deal. And I'm gonna go to page 2. I want to find a flip for you guys. So if you go up here to where it says page and you double click right there, you can take that 2 and change it to any number you want. I'm going to change it to 6 and hit enter, and that's going to take me to page 6. And that's going to increase my chances of finding a deal once it comes up. So we'll see if we can find something on page 6. Nobody's going to pay 54 bucks for 2 pair of underwear, so I don't. I've already learned from experience not to click on that. Jessica Simpson, I would click on that, but in all the many months that I've seen Jessica Simpson, I haven't posted a flip for her yet. So Sperry, Sperry has a good rank, and Sperry is a great shoe. If you can get this in the $20 range, low 20s, then it's usually a good deal. But at 30 and 60 being not really the highest price, it's more like $39.99 or $44.99. It's not that great of a deal at 32. Just so you know, mountain khakis are sometimes restricted, so I just rather than switch back to my seller account and type in the ASN, I just don't fool with them because I found them to be restricted on occasions. And so if you want to play around with it, then feel free. But this price and this price is misleading on this brand, just so you know. So, and I'm actually going to click on this because 64 is a better price than 79, which is most of what most of the low prices are. But this likely sells for over $100, so let's click on it and take a look. You'll see what the fit says. It's probably good, 4.5 stars, 67%. That works for us. You see it's only got 3 variations, so that's going to help a lot as far as the ranking goes. It's in the top 1%. Let's see what they got. And you got old famous JD shoes on here. Likely has one in stock. You can see somebody here at 35 with 20 in stock, and I bet you it's this person right here. New Brunswick, Canada. I haven't seen this name before, but Nancy will be gone soon. There's no doubt. So, that being said, there should be one in the $60 range for Amazon. Don't know if we can find it here. What I'm looking at is the next lowest price. And I see a 76 here, and that's likely Amazon. But to get by these sellers over here, which you should not even consider as far as competition goes, let's go and what I'm going to do is click on the colors and find that $67 one. So I'm going to scroll through here real quick and look at the lowest, look at the next lowest prices and see if I can find it. It might be better to do it this way. Click on the colors. No, that's not going to help me. So you spend a whole lot of time just trying to find the right one, and you don't know which color to look for, and you got that many colors to look for, and you got to understand that some of these colors Amazon's not even on. So Amazon's only on 3 of these colors. So you see it's all third-party sellers on these. So maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed the $67 one. Well, let's look at this one just to show you. It's JD shoes. Amazon's at 76. You got a ton of other sellers, a lot of FBA, all at 119. So that's pretty much what it sells at, I'm sure. You got 111 for the last 90 days on this, and you look at 1,264 days, and you can see the majority of the time Amazon sells this, or the selling price is 119, 120. So not quite enough for that price point, in my opinion. But let's see how many they have in stock. And what size is this? 5.5 to 6, so not too bad. It says they got 3 or more. Let's go to 10. And Amazon's not here at 10. So let's go to 7. Amazon's not here at 7. Well, let's go to 3. There's Amazon at 3. Let's add it to the cart and see what they got. Well, they only have 3 left. So if this was a better price, because you're getting it for 76, you're only going to get 120. You might make 20 bucks on it. It's really not a very good return on investment. But anyway, you could see how I found out how many they had, and had this been a better price with only 3 left, if it would have been like 50 or even 60, it might be worth a shot. But at 76, it's just not worth it. So the Envy Pump aerosols, that's a good price for aerosols if you can get them 24 and below. I think maybe the fit might not be quite right on this, despite the 4 stars. And of course, I'm proven wrong again. So let's take a look just for the heck of it. Hey, we got warehouse deals, so we'll click on new. See, we got several at 24. They go up to 33, so not much price difference between the lowest price and the highest lowest price. So that's not good. You see, they only got 1 in stock. You can see these are uncommon sizes. Just click on this just to see what we're looking at as far as a price. We can see an average price of $55, so that's certainly doable. Looks like they jumped down on August 4th. What color was that? Dark blue leather. Let's see if that's one of the colors. They got over 200 variations. See if dark blue leather is a color that we might be interested in. I'm sure that black or black leather or black patent is one of the most popular colors. So dark blue leather gets 6% of the sales. And what size was that? 6 wide. Well, there's 6 wide right there. So that tells us we're going to get almost 1% of the sales. So it's looking good so far. What's 1% on this ranking? 1% of that is 0.6. So 0.6 sales a month. So conceivably, you could expect to sell this in 6 weeks, maybe. Well, that being said, this could possibly be a buy for you if you were happy with 55. The highest price is 69. You could hold out for that, I suppose. You'd be alone on the listing, which means you could price it the way you like. One other thing you can look at before you decide to make a purchase is to check navy blue leather or dark blue leather. Is it dark blue leather? Yeah, dark blue leather. Yeah, dark blue leather. Across all, which one is dark blue? There it is. Get rid of that one. And you see they start at 24 and they go all the way to 60. So, and you see we got some uncommon sizes here. The common sizes are selling for $60 by these third-party vendors. Looks like Amazon's probably at that price as well. You get this for $24.63. You're alone on the listing. 7.5 wide. Did we have a review for 7.5 wide in dark blue leather? We did, and the same percentage. So, if you're okay with 55 to 59 on these, you could buy one of each of those and make some money. I'm sure of it. Check the average price of this one just real quick. Average price 56 in the last 90 days, as high as 61, as high as 69 back in June. You go all, it looks like it was priced in the high 60s for quite a bit of time. So I would say that that would actually be a flip that I would post in the group. So uh, one of each, uncommon size, may take a little while to sell. Certainly, you would sell it by Christmas and make a little bit of money on it. Just to see what we could make. Let's say we sell it for 59 and we're buying it for 24. Looks like we'd make 90% return on investment if we could sell it for 59. Sell it for 55, it'll be a little bit less, 76%, which is still pretty awesome. So there you go. We found a flip for you. At this price, you buy one of each and you get free shipping. So that's even better. So we found a flip on page 6. How about that? We'll just try to see if we can square up one more real quick. Here's these NYDJ jeans that I like. Remember the ones we got for $19.99? People snap those up. I'm sure they're going to make money on that. Here's Carhartt. You can see that's a pretty good price. I wish we could get 79 for these at this price, but that's not the case. But Carhartt has a ton of Chinese sellers on it, and you got to really find your way in order to see if Amazon is matching them. Maidenform, I usually just skip over altogether because there's not a lot of profit in those. Saucony, I personally haven't had much luck with Saucony. I got 3 that I've had for several months, and I have the buy box and I can't sell them for much more than what I paid. So, but other people have good luck with Saucony, so I won't diss on them. Bally, same kind of thing. Not much profit in Bally, even though a lot of people buy that. Here's a little boot that might warrant looking into. 20 to get 60, 349. Maybe we'll check it out real quick and see if you can follow me here. Fit percentage good. Rank is good. I'm checking prices, $20.99 all the way down. Now that's just for black, okay? So maybe just black is discounted. Let's look at red. Red goes up to 50. This one goes up to 50. He's in the $27 range. And these other sellers selling them for 60. So go back to black just for a second. And you see they're all $20.99. They come in all different sizes. Let's put 10 on here real quick. Check availability. And it looks like they got at least 10 of most of these. All the Amazon ones. These two are a third-party vendor. Therefore, not worth further investigation. Jessica Simpson, it's a sandal. We're trying to move away from sandals now a little bit. I think some folks snapped up a couple of these today at 50 or less. There's Carhartt again. Calvin Klein's shorts. Take a quick look. As expected, good. Go to variation checker. see the prices are in the 20s all the way up to 25. That tells me right there that it's not even worth looking further. And you see, I can go through this very fast because I've been doing this a while, and I'm trying not to go too fast for you guys. But 40 to 70, New Balance we can't sell. I've been keeping my eye on this one. Let's see if it's turned into a good deal. I think the quantities were an issue. 25.78. The size is awesome. The rank's good. Let's go to variation checker and find out what the deal is. You see we got 25. The next lowest is $7 more. They go all the way to 46. We'll take away the used one. See if anything changes. 46.50. Alder bark seems to be among most of them. Let's look at how many. Looks like they all got 3 or more, which usually means they got quite a bit more. You can see this seller's at 36 on these. That's probably 6 p.m. But let's just do a 10 just so we can move on. Now you see they got 10 here. It's the used one. They all got 10 or more in stock. But worth keeping an eye on because, you know, that's a great rank and it's a good brand. I think somebody squared this up for 20 or something like that in the group a day or two ago. I posted this in the group today. You can still, you can see there's a couple at 19.15. Let's take a look real quick. You see only 3 variations, which is cool. They might have discounted some others. Because we had 3 different sizes for 19 bucks and somebody snapped them up. Yeah, it looks like they got a bunch of them. It looks like all the frap. Maybe this is a different model, but let's check the how many app and see what happens. Or frappe. I guess that might be frappe. One. Come on. 1, 2, 2, 3, 1. Quite a few that have 2 or less in stock. That's interesting. Let's take a look on the front page real quick for this color and see what an average price might be on these. That's great, 65. Looks like Amazon's in and out of stock, but consistently priced at 66 just until a couple of days ago. I can tell you that frappe is not the most popular color. It doesn't look like you have any competition on these. You can try to sort for maybe, you see the average price in the 60s. That's really good. You could perhaps take a look at these and see if any of these would be more common sizes. This one's common. 32, that's extremely large breasts. There's a 34B, probably worth jumping on. So they got 2 of those, 34B. 34F, that's like a quadruple D. You could pick up 4 of these and get free shipping. No, 3 of these and get free shipping. In fact, that might be worth posting too. Let's check. We only got 46 reviews, so we'll check and see where this color rates. Now you see it's way down here, 4%. And they're probably only going to have 1 or 2 reviews on this. 30F and 34 double G have a review. So if you had one of those, perhaps you get 2% of sales. Jungle Scout says 78 sales, 2% of 78 is about 1.5. All things considered with this rank, and what did I say, 70 some sales on 108 in stock variations, a little less than one a month, all else being equal. Another thing you can look at is colors and prices. You got charcoal here, you got denim, you got Dove, all at 66. Except for those, you got Frap in the 60s, and then you got all of these for 1915. I think that's a pretty good deal, and I believe that this would be a recommended buy, even though I don't like bras over 15 bucks. But it looks pretty good to me. I would buy some of those. If they're there tomorrow, I'll post them in the group. All right, Life Stride. I already know that this fit's not good, but take a look real quick. '63, just not quite enough. Pewter's not a popular color. If we do this, we're probably going to see uncommon sizes, but get rid of Amazon Warehouse. 21 all the way to 23, 27. That doesn't fare well. How many app? 2 items in stock. You got 6 p.m. on this with 3. $34 last 90 days. You can see up here it was 59, but that was back in June, and it hasn't been very high ever since then. So, too many red flags for me. Plus, pewter is probably not a popular color. We could take a look real quick. Pewter is 16%. What size was that? Can't remember. I know it wasn't an uncommon size. Looks like we got a couple. If it did have a review, it would get 2% of sales, so 1.5 sales a month. You could possibly sell that for 60. Certainly not out of the ballpark. All right, let's see if we can find one more. I've already checked this out, and they do not sell for 168. This is not enough for me. I would prefer this to be in the $12 range and this in the high range. I posted this in the group today. New Balance, Capezio, Maidenform, Dansko. This is interesting. Look at all those reviews and look at that price versus that price. Let's take a look. This wasn't here earlier today. Great fit percentage. Good rank with only 2 variations. We'll keep our fingers crossed. We get rid of the used ones. And we're looking at 18 with an uncommon size. How's that for an uncommon size, huh? Looks like all of these are uncommon. Let's see how many they got. They might just have one or two. 3 in stock. Looks like they got 6 or more. $38. You could do 50–60% ROI at that price. Definitely don't want to buy an 18. Several sellers on this. It's actually 48, which would be fine. Average price on this is 38, and that's probably this price plus shipping because they don't differentiate. Highest Amazon price is 44. Looks like they came down, probably a seasonal slide. Check availability, and you can see Amazon has more than 10 in stock on that uncommon size. That's a pass. We already checked this out. I checked this out earlier. It's not to say that you shouldn't check it out and do your due diligence. I'm just trying to get you to another flip if I can. This looks interesting. Rockport's a good brand. See what the fit says. Good fit. Good rank. Uh, 33, and let's see what they go up to. They go up to 44. Looks like we have a 75 in there, a 69. So let's check our how many app and see if it's worth looking into. Looks like they all have 3 in stock. Once you get in the $40 range, they take away the restrictions. Look at this, 80 in stock of this one. So let's do the 10. And it looks like they all got 10 or more in stock. So what looked promising turned out to be a dud. Aerosols, Newlywed. We'll take a look. Size is okay. Don't like that many variations with that rank. Shoe Metro has it at 22. We got this one at 27. They go up to 35. That's a pass for me. Rika, good brand. I don't see them selling for $80, but we could take a look. 70%. Good rank. Take away warehouse deals. Looks like Amazon has it at 36, and the highest price we got is like 44. We do have a couple priced in the 70s. Competition on this is 79. Let's do our how many app. It says 3 in stock. Let's add them to the cart. We only got 4 in stock. Size 5, a little on the small size, but 5 doesn't bother me in the least. Let's see what the average price is. Average price is 61. 61's not enough for me at that price. It does have a high price of 79, and that would be not quite 100%, but like 80 plus. If you sold that, 4 in stock. It's iffy. See how many Shoe Mall has. Look at that. but they'll likely stay at that price, so may not have to worry about them besides their merchant fulfilled. But just a little bit out of my price range. If that was 30, I would jump on it to get 61. You see, we got a low price back in March, but our average price is 62 over these days. So I want to keep an eye on anyway. So, not to keep you too long, there'll be more to come. We'll take you through brand searches, and we'll take you through rabbit trails, and we'll take you through some of the others and show you. But that's just kind of the way I do it in general. I start off each morning with this particular search parameters, and I try to find one or two in the early morning, and then I go on to be more specific in my searches. So, hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, there'll be more to come. I'm sorry this was so amateurish. I'll get better down the road, but that gives you an idea of the kind of things to look for and the tools to use in order to make an informed decision. Okay? Now, if I can figure out how to turn this off, I'll be all set.